stop. If you're learning English at an A2 or a B1 level, and you freeze when someone asks you about your plans, this podcast will fix that. By the end of this episode, you'll be able to talk about your 2026 plans naturally, not like a textbook, not like a student reading answers, like someone who actually speaks English. And I'm not going to teach you grammar rules. I'm going to teach you how native speakers really think when they talk about the future. Stay with me. Here's what I noticed. Most English learners know the words. They know plan, goal, future, hope. But when someone asks, "So, what are you planning for this year?" they panic. Because real conversations don't sound like grammar exercises. Native speakers don't say, "I will study English every day." They say things like, "I'm thinking about switching jobs. I might start running again. I really want to get better at cooking." Notice something? No textbook teaches you these tiny words. Thinking about, might, really want to. These are the words that make you sound natural. And that's what we're building today. But first, let me tell you about the mistake I made when I started learning English. When I first started speaking English, I memorized future tense grammar perfectly. I knew will plus base verb. So when someone asked me about my plans, I said, "I will go to the gym. I will read books. I will improve my English." Correct grammar, zero personality. The person nodded and changed the topic. I didn't understand why. Then one day, I heard a native speaker answer the same question. She said, "I'm hoping to travel more this year. Maybe Europe. I'm not sure yet, but I definitely want to get out of my comfort zone." I stopped. She didn't use will once. She used hoping to, maybe, not sure, definitely want to, and it sounded real. That's when I realized native speakers don't talk about the future with certainty. They talk about it with feeling. And if you want to sound confident in English, you need to learn how to express uncertainty comfortably. Let me show you how. Here's the shift. Stop thinking, "I will do this, I will do that." Start thinking, "I'm planning to, I'm hoping to, I want to." These phrases do two things. One, they sound natural. Two, they give you flexibility. Let's practice. Don't say, "I will learn guitar." Say, "I'm thinking about learning guitar." Don't say, "I will travel to Japan." Say, "I'm hoping to travel to Japan this year." Don't say, "I will save money." Say, "I really want to save more money." Hear the difference? You're not making a hard promise. You're sharing a direction. And that's how native speakers talk. Now, here's where it gets interesting. What if your plan isn't clear yet? What if you're still deciding? This is the part most textbooks skip. Real life is messy. Plans change. You don't always know. But in English, you can sound confident even when you're unsure. Here's how. Use these 3 phrases. 1. I might. I might. For example, I might start a new course. I haven't decided yet. 2. I'm considering. I'm considering. For example, I'm considering moving to a new city. 3. I'd like to, but. I'd like to, but. For example, I'd like to run a marathon, but I need to train first. See what's happening? You're being honest, but you're also staying in a conversation. Native speakers respect this because they talk the same way. No one has their entire year figured out in January. And English gives you the tools to say that without sounding lost. Now, let me give you a formula you can use in any conversation. Here's a simple structure you can follow every time someone asks about your plans. Step 1, start with a general feeling. Step 2, add one specific example. Step 3, end with uncertainty or flexibility. Let me show you how. Example 1. I'm really excited about this year. I'm hoping to improve my English, especially speaking. But I'm not sure exactly how yet. Maybe a course or just more practice. Example 2. I want to focus on my health this year. I'm thinking about going to the gym more. Or maybe I'll just walk every day. I'll see what works. Example 3. I'm considering a career change. I've been in the same job for a while, so I might start looking for something new. But I'm taking it slow. Notice? No pressure, no perfection, just natural, confident English. You can copy this structure word for word if you want. Now, here's the part that separates okay learners from great speakers. Most English learners focus on what to say, but native speakers also care about how they feel when they say it. Let me explain. When you talk about your plans, you're not just listing tasks. You're sharing your hopes, your fears, your excitement. And English has words for all of that. If you're excited, say, I'm really looking forward to this. If you're nervous, say, I'm a bit anxious, but I think it will be good. If you're unsure, say, I'm on the fence about it. These phrases add color. They make your English feel human. And that's what people remember. Not your grammar, your presence. Let me give you one more example, and then we'll do something different. A few years ago, I met someone at a language exchange. She was at a B1 level. Her grammar wasn't perfect, but when someone asked her about her plans for the year, she said, honestly, I have no idea. I'm just trying to figure things out. But I'm excited to see where it goes. The whole group smiled. Why? Because she wasn't trying to impress anyone. She was just real. And that's the secret. Confidence in English doesn't mean knowing everything. It means being comfortable with not knowing everything. If you can say, I'm not sure yet, but I'm working on it. I'm still deciding. I'll figure it out as I go. You already sound better than 80% of English learners because you're not translating. You're thinking in English, and that's the shift. Now, let's bring this home. Here's what I want you to do. Think about one thing you want to do in 2026. It doesn't have to be big, just one thing. Now, say it out loud using this structure. I'm, about, I'm, but. For example, I'm excited about learning to cook. I'm hoping to try one new recipe every week. But if it's too hard, I'll start with simple meals. Your turn. Pause this podcast if you need to. Say it out loud, even if no one's listening. Because the goal isn't perfection. The goal is practice. And if you do this once a week, just talking about your plans in English, even to yourself, you'll be shocked how fast you improve. All right, let's wrap this up. Here's the truth. You don't need to speak perfect English to talk about your plans. You just need to sound like yourself. And the phrases we covered today, I'm hoping to, I might, I'm considering, I'd like to, these aren't just grammar. They are how native speakers think. They're how you stop translating and start speaking. So here's my challenge for you. The next time someone asks you about your 2026 plans in English or your native language, try using these phrases. See how it feels. Because confidence isn't about knowing every word. It's about trusting the words you already know. Thanks for listening. I'll see you in the next episode. Oh, and one more thing. I'd love to hear from you. What's one thing you're planning, hoping, or thinking about for 2026? Write it in the comments. In English, using the phrases from today. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just share it. Because when you write it, you practice it. And when you practice it, you own it. All right, talk soon.